Good morning, good morning, good morning, chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are currently gapped down on the Nasdaq, 35 points from Friday's close at 23,804. The Nasdaq futures are currently down 0.14%. ES futures are currently down 0.1%. Bitcoin before open is down 1.5%. ETH is down 2.6%. Solana is down 4.3%. XRP is down 3%. Doge is down 4.64%. And let's go over the ES 1 minute. RSI in neutral territory, trying to get above the MA. ES is currently below the VWAP, but above that 100 MA, 200 SMA to start the day. Williams R120 day for the ES 1 minute is rounding up in a neutral territory. For the NQ30 minute, we are below the VWAP, volume weighted average price, below the 100-day moving average, below the 200-day simple moving average, and the RSI is above that MA but below neutral territory. Little oversold, but not too much. Williams R120 day for the NQ30 minute is oversold. To be fair, we had a lot of news. Very positive meeting with Putin in Alaska with Trump. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Funny Legend, Justin, Elijah. Good morning, good morning. Hopefully you guys are ready. When we do have time, we will watch this. I've already watched it. Obviously, it's the most important news we've had in months, which is pretty hard to say with all these tariff meetings and everything else. But a lot of news to go through. IDF has launched another attack. Let's see if I can find it. Trump told Zelensky that Putin offered a freeze of the front lines elsewhere if Ukraine withdraws fully from eastern Donetsk and Luhansk regions as part of the deal. IDF to keep attacking Hamas until it's defeated. Zamar. IDF to intensifying harm to Hamas in Gaza City until victory. Zelensky, a central wrap ceasefire. We also have a Trump-Zelensky meeting, also European leaders as well. That is happening at 12 p.m. European leaders arrive at White House. 1 p.m. Trump greets Zelensky. 1:15 p.m. Trump and Zelensky meeting. 2:15 p.m. Trump greeting European leaders. 2:30 p.m. EST Trump and European leaders photos. And then 3 p.m. Trump meeting with European leaders. The docket for the day, 10 a.m. US NAHB Housing Market Index, 11:30 a.m. US 6-month bill. I'm expecting the volatility will probably go up and down for now. There will be tweets from European leaders, them talking on the way to here, gaggles on their planes, etc., etc. Trump will be tweeting back and forth. So we'll get spikes of volatility here and there. But besides that, we should be dying volatility wise around 11:30, maybe 12:30, and then this news will just keep it going. The Fitch rating US banks lending to non-banks remains robust and is led by private credit. We are 1 minute until open. European market synopsis. European equities fell by 0.2% as investors focus on developments in the Ukraine peace settlement, with President Zelensky in Washington to discuss outcomes from Trump summit with Putin. Treasuries saw gains, particularly at a longer end, with the 10-year yield dropping 3 basis points to 4.29%, while the 2-year yield fell to 3.74%. Money markets were waking up. NQ30 minute VWAP is this yellow line up top at 23,804. We have a pivot point to the downside, 23,745. Pre-market low at 23,739. We'll get back to the synopsis on the European and Asian markets soon, whenever there's time. For now, we gotta get back into those. ES is still above the 100 MA, 200 SMA, below the VWAP. Waking up. Nvidia is up 0.5%. Tesla's up 0.5%. Tapping the VWAP. I'm gonna go short for now. Let's go against this for now. Up 50, up 60, up 70. Nvidia's coming up. Okay, we're gonna wake up to that pivot point most likely. Down 20, up 80. Okay, a little more pullback. Scalping 200, beautiful. Rotating. Market orders, we ended up with 164. Playing off the volatility key points. Go here. ES is really trying to get above the VWAP. If the ES and NQ break above the VWAP, I may go for a long. Nvidia is starting to round up. Google is trying to flip red. ES is now pulling back even further. Okay, Meta starting down 2.5%. Amazon starting down 0.2%. Google flipping red. Tesla is down. Tesla is up 0.7%. Google flipping back green. Very volatile day. ATR is at 7, which is nothing. VIX volatility index is sitting at 15.44, up 2.4% for the day. The dollar is up 0.2%. NQ and ES still. NQ gap fill is completed. ES gap fill is not completed. I'm assuming they will want to equalize. Apple is up 0.4%. Netflix is up 0.45%. MicroStrategy down 0.5%. Palantir down 0.3%. GameStop is up 0.15%. Costco is up 0.25%. Alibaba up 1.25%. AveGo down 0.8%. ES trying to make another run. ES still below the VWAP. Above the 200 SMA, above the 100 MA. Adobe is down 0.2%. QCOM is down 0.1%. Adobe, AMD is down 0.25%. Voyager Technologies is up 0.44%. Robinhood is down 1.4%. We'll see, chat. We'll see. We'll see. Combo says Nasdaq may hit London session high. I think so. I think so. We'll see. They may want to do some shenanigans though. Google and Amazon flipping back and forth, green and red constantly. They may want to wake this down first. So far, Nvidia coming up. Be fair. Good morning, Chris. I was out of town last night. So far, bounced at like 30 points. I was out of town last night, got home late as fuck, and checked the charts. London session was about to kick in, and I was short. It just kept dropping, but I got out for 1.5K. Good job, Tom. Good job. All right, we're waking up. I'm gonna give it some time. I was about to join that long, decide against it for now. They're probably gonna pull this back a little bit. Wake up above the VWAP, probably pull right back to it, and then I'll rejoin. ES is above the VWAP now. ES is getting close to that gap fill. Not yet completed though. NQ gap fill has been completed. NQ 30 minute tapping the 100 MA. We'll see. We're above this pivot point, 23,812. Morning. Appreciate the follow, trade. Appreciate you guys. If you guys are new here, if you're enjoying the raw, transparent trading, smash that like button, follow channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell as well if you want to be notified when I'm live every single day at 9:30 a.m. EST, trading the market. Trading the market. Nvidia is now up 1.1%. Google now up 0.5%. Apple about to flip green. I met with one long. Just a quick scalp. Up 20, up 30, up 40. ES fill the gap. Figured the NQ would fill it. So we're probably going to tank down below this VWAP. So let's go. ES is still trying to go, but ES now completed the gap fill. I expected the NQ to wick up alongside with it. Did not do it. So we're down 40, down 50. Also bearish wicks as well. Still has a chance, but Nvidia is starting to come down. Gap fills has been completed. NQ 30 minutes, tap the 100 MA. Falling down 250, down 300. ES is still above the VWAP, and there's a lot of key points. So if it really wants to waterfall down, it has to go through a lot. Down 200, down 300, one contract long. Amazon's down 0.5%. Meta is down 3%. Apple about to flip green. MicroStrategy down 1%. ES is really trying to bounce on this VWAP. I'm gonna wait to out of this. Probably till the ES hits the 200 SMA. We're down 300. And Q5 man may want to tap the 20 man as well. What's up, Miguel? Good to see you, man. Dude, new week. Good to see you again. Appreciate it, Miguel. First time watching UK here. What's up, Lloyd? Welcome. Bonnie. Then went back to bed. Yeah, I'm on 4 hours of sleep, and I ate like absolute crap this weekend. I basically, yeah, it was really bad eating this weekend. But no excuses regardless. Okay, we're probably gonna tank down on that 20 May. ES breaking below the VWAP. I am still bullish to start at least, but we could wick down in this trend line on the NQ 30 minute. Down 400, adding one. We need the ES to get above the VWAP. Nvidia starting to come up. Down 200, down 250, down 300, 2 contracts long. ES is below the VWAP. Down 100. Up 60, tapping the NQ 30 minute VWAP. Bro, I ate like 5 sandwiches to fill them up with different meats and cheeses. I also had pizza with my girlfriend the day before. Stomach's been dying all again. Yep, pretty much. 400, taking one off. Or a little more wick, No reason to go negative in this trade though, to be fair. Yeah, there's so much support to the downside, I almost don't want to put a stop. May regret that later. But for now. Make it 30 minutes, trying to get above the VWAP. Very volatile. ES is above the VWAP. We need Nvidia to keep pumping. I like that wick. It was probably a liquidity sweep up to send us down though. You gotta know that. When you say gap fill, does that mean hit both pre-market high and low? No, it means yesterday's close. So in this case, it's Friday's close. Friday's close at 23,804. That's what that means. This could waterfall. This really could waterfall. Also, there's could build out some bullish structure on the NQ 5 minute, but Nvidia is starting to fall. Up 160, up 150, up 200. I don't know if you guys noticed, we start with one con here. We basically sold at that for break even, that one con, and then we're in with this one. 300 up 330. This wick could be intense. Either direction. Also, news in 19 minutes. US NAHB Housing Market Index. That's really the only news on the docket besides the Trump. Okay, we're wicking down, waterfalling. Down 100, down 150, down 180, down 200. ES about to top the 200 SMA. Waiting. Staying patient. Adding one. Two contracts long. This may want to flush down to the pivot point. I'm betting on a little bounce before them. Up 100, up 125, up 200. Little more. May not get it. Down 200, down 400. Okay, we're wicking down. And with two more and with 4 contracts long. If it waterfalls down to where I think it is, this count will be blown. If it bounces low before, we'll be good. Nvidia still is coming up, so. Down 300, down 400, 4 contracts long. Has bearish momentum now. Wake up. Go. Down 500. Up 45, up 2. Wait for a little more. Man, I get it. ES bouncing on the 200 SMA. Up 100. NQ is a lot weaker than the ES right now. I would like a wake up from the NQ. Wake up. It did reject the NQ 30-minute VWAP though, to be fair. Up 200, up 300. Little more. Scalping that. We scalped it for 300. Not that great, not what I was looking for. But if it builds some bullish structure, we'll be in again. Negative R&R, negative R&R. I still need to make that the donation sound. See, the ES looks a lot more bullish than the NQ right now. Create a kind of a double bottom on this 200 SMA. Reclaim the 100 MA, now tapping the VWAP. This is likely going to go up, but they may print it down at least to start. We have this key trend line on the Nasdaq. NQ 30-minute at 23,721. We'll see. Bitcoin's falling. See, ES is starting to climb. Little divergence. NQ 5-minute trying to balance up the 20 MA. Problem is, Nvidia is starting to prop down a little bit. Apple did turn green. MicroStrategy now down 1.5%. Netflix down 0.15%. Palantir down 0.75%. Okay, AveGo down 1.5%. AMD flipping red. ES is waking up hard. Very interesting. Very interesting, chat. All right, let's see what you guys thought. See you guys vote on the poll. This is the regular YouTube stream. You guys saw this was going up. YouTube short stream. You guys saw this was going up as well. Interesting. Very interesting. Finalize your votes in the poll. Finalize your votes in the poll. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. ES is coming up hard. Very hard. Could be a liquidity sweep. Send this down. 15-minute opening range is closed, by the way. Appreciate it, Wizard. Hey, you guys all have your own trading strategies. Everyone uses their own amalgamation of indicators. And that trade was what? We were down 500 at the most. So that's really no risk for me. Grab a like. Let's go get to 20. Appreciate it, Tom. Which pair, bro? This is the NQ futures. Nasdaq future indices. Okay, so let's get back to the Europe market synopsis while we wait for the NQ to get above the VWAP or fall to the pre-market low at 23,739. So European equities fell by 0.2% as investors focused on developments in the Ukraine peace settlement, with President Zelensky in Washington to discuss outcomes from Trump's summit with Putin. Treasury saw gains, particularly at the longer end, with the 10-year yield dropping 3 basis points to 4.29%, while the 2-year yield fell to 3.74%. Money markets indicated an 80% chance of a Federal Reserve quarter point rate cut next month. That is, I believe, September 17th is the next time the Fed will decide a rate cut. But in the UK, expectations for Bank of England rate cuts diminished due to rising inflation signals and a resilient economy. Cryptocurrency, including ETH and Bitcoin, declined significantly, contributing to a 3.9 trillion total crypto market value. Okay. Asia market synopsis. Asian stocks rose with the MSCI Asia Pacific Index up 0.4%, led by gains in China and Japan, while South Korea underperformed. Indian stocks surged 1.5%, driven by proposed consumption tax cuts, and Shanghai stocks neared a decade-high close. Crude oil prices fluctuated as supply distribution fears eased, while gold rose 0.6%. Metals are up today, by the way. And cryptocurrencies fell. Investors are eyeing Japan's inflation data for Bank of Japan rate hike signals, and China lending rates for stimulus measures in response to Trump's trade policies. That is a synopsis on the Europe and Asian markets. Could get bullish in a minute. This also could be a lower high, send us down. There are divergence. There is divergence between the ES and NQ right now. Very interesting. Okay, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 a.m. in 10 minutes, US NAHB Housing Market Index. What's up, Chris? How are you today? Good, Century. Good. Good morning, Stunner. Good morning. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? So far, NQ trying to fall down. ES is above the VWAP though. Above the VWAP though, that is a lower high. Bitcoin falling further, Nvidia trying to come up. Microsoft flipping red. ES falling down. This could create a double bottom. I'm watching for it. I am watching for it. It's probably going to flush pre-market low. NQ 5 minutes 20 may being rejected. Video coming down, ES coming below the VWAP. We have a pivot point down there at 23,745. And then pre-market low, which is that red line. This is waterfalling pretty hard. ES hitting the 200 SMA again. I believe it's about to reject. Todd, good morning, good morning. Let's boom scout the market. Appreciate it, Todd. Boom scout. You know we have Jay Powell talking on Wednesday, right? Jay Powell was talking on Wednesday. Or is it Thursday? No, it's Wednesday. FOMC meeting minutes, Wednesday, 2 p.m. Or does he talk? He talks one of the days this week. I believe it is Wednesday. Yeah. We may fall all the way to 22,653. Okay. It's probably gonna wanna come up and tap the 23,770 and then continue falling. If I had to guess. If it reclaims a 15-minute order below, then maybe we climb up above the VWAP again. I am expecting a V-shaped recovery today. Could continue to just fall though. Depends really heavily on this news coming out today at 12 p.m. 1, 2, 3 from the European leaders arriving at White House. Trump greeting Zelensky. Trump meeting with Zelensky, then meeting with European leaders as well. So it really depends. Really depends. Ukraine's military we have hit an oil pumping station in Russia, Tabab region, suspending supplies via the pipeline. Morgan Stanley raises Nvidia target price to $206 from $200. All right. Appreciate the file, I've been. Appreciate you. All right. It is downtrending. Doesn't mean it has to stay downtrending. Yeah, still has not fallen below the 200 SMA. But it is below the VWAP. Draw trend line. Okay. Nvidia is trying to come up. Bitcoin is now down 2%. What are metals at? Silver's up 14 cents for the day. Gold is up $7.37 for the day. Very interesting, chat. We're getting close to 6,900 subscribers as well. Pretty crazy. Obviously, a lot of people are gaining value, learning what to do, what not to do, learning from what I do wrong, from what I do right. Matthew McConaughey. All right. Pretty much, Stunner. Pretty much. All right. Okay, Putin held a phone call with India's Prime Minister Modi. 3 minutes until news. US NAHB Housing Market Index. ES is falling below 200 SMA. Nvidia's coming up. Nvidia's still at 1%. Now coming up even further. Tesla sitting at 0.4% up. Google up 0.3%. The Dow is red 0.1%. Russell 2000 is green 0.1%. ATR sitting average true range sitting at 17.25. Okay. Staying patient. Most people would continue trading this, over trading, etc., etc. Staying patient is one of the hardest things to do trading by far. By far. Also, not chasing losses as well, but that's about staying patient as well. Kind of all boils down to staying patient. We're about to flush pre-market low, 2 minutes until the US NAHB Housing Market Index. We're getting close to that trend line as well. 20 points away. ES now rejecting the 200 SMA. What we were looking for. Finalize your votes in the poll. You think it's coming up or you think it's coming down? So far, it's coming down. Flushed up, and now it is coming down. Trump said we have big news coming from Trump, from Russia, from Ukraine development, possibly a ceasefire, but I doubt it. We'll see though. Maybe a temporary one, 60, 90-day one, which is still very successful and well needed. If they get a permanent ceasefire, this could moon. I expect we'll reach all-time highs. Probably not today, but maybe tomorrow if they do a ceasefire. Probably during post pre-market. And then have pretty volatile day tomorrow. This thing will probably wick down 1,000 points, come up 1,000 points, and just go back and forth like crazy. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. US NHB Housing Market Index just came out. So far, we're waking up from the pre-market low, waking up from that pivot point. Trend line as well. See what that came out as. It came out as 32, little negative. Expected to be 34. Previously it was 33, so a little negative for the US NAHB Housing Market Index. Next news on the docket is in 1 hour and 30 minutes. US 6-month, 3-month bill. And then 12 p.m. European leaders arriving at the White House. 1 p.m. Trump greeting Zelensky. 1:15 p.m. Trump and Zelensky meeting. Obviously all these are tentative, but they should be pretty in line. There's a lot of leaders, so they want to stick on schedule at least somewhat. All right. Netflix flipping red. Trying to stay patient, chat. So far, we're waking up. We're still downtrending, but the ES is getting above the 200 SMA, getting above the 100 MA now. About to tap the VWAP. Go get bullish. Appreciate the follow, Cody. Appreciate you guys. Pretty slow day so far, and I'm in the middle of 2 convictions. So it's best to just wait. This is kind of a consolidation range. About a 40-point consolidation range. ES is now above the 200 SMA again. If the ES rejects that, if the NQ can fall below that pivot point, I'll probably go short. It's gonna really matter what this NQ 5-minute does with this 21 EMA. Kind of leaning more bullish because Nvidia's holding. Nvidia's trying to prop up. But NQ and ES are still flipped red. NQ futures are down 0.15%. ES futures are down 0.1%. Pretty slow day today. Market not sure how to handle this Trump news, this meeting in Alaska on Friday. It's not sure how to deal with it. You got just the bears and bulls battling it out right now. And I'm not sure who is going to win. So far, it looks like the bulls are going to win, but we'll see. Wake up at 30 points. ES getting above the VWAP. NQ 30-minute VWAP about to be tapped. We'll see. NQ 5-minute 21 EMA getting overtaken. Do you like Bollinger Bands on any of your charts? I do not use that. Only thing I have is the VWAP 100 MA. I believe this is the 20 and 50 MA, and then the 200 SMA. Then I have the RSI, Williams R, a couple others. This is on the, I'm supposed to have this. NQ 30-minute and ES 1-minute chart. And then I keep it simplified for the NQ 2-minute chart, which I execute trades on. And then I have the NQ 5-minute chart to the right of that. And that only has the 21 EMA and then the high, low, middle of day. Middle of day is that purple dash line. Low of day or low of pre-market is that red line to the bottom. And then there is a green line up top at 23,881, which is the pre-market high or the high of day. Appreciate it, Lloyd. There is no dumb question, guys. Everyone's just trying to learn anyway. ES is now above the VWAP again. NQ 5-minute 20 meg got reclaimed. It's bullish, but it's also in a consolidation range. I'm gonna probably take this if it pulls back to that 21 EMA, also coinciding with the bottom orb, the 15-minute orb bottom. Probably prop off that. Trying to get above the NQ 30-minute VWAP. Kind of a W and head and shoulders at the same time on the ES. Let me zoom out. Yeah, this is starting to get bullish. Morning, overslept. Morning, Norman. No missed opportunities. There are no missed opportunities, guys. Only the next one. No missed opportunities. There's always opportunities come, no matter what. This is technically a lower high. Tom, I took a long after the sweep. I got him on the inverse fair value gap at 747, and I got out at 767 for 20 points. I got 100. I got 1,900. If I could read today, Tom, I appreciate it, Tom. Good job. Good 20-point snag. 20-point shooter. 20-point shooter. This is probably coming up, but it is not above that NQ 30-minute VWAP yet. ES is above the 200 SMA, 100 MA, and VWAP, which is good for the bullish. RSIs are propped up above the MA, which is good. Williams R 120-day can run. Likely going up. Let me make sure Trump's not tweeting anything crazy. 24 minutes ago, he tweeted, "I am totally convinced that if Russia raised their hand and said, we give up, we concede, we surrender, we will give Ukraine and the great United States the most blah, 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 blah." Fake news. He's just complaining about the fake news. Yeah, we're taking it down for now. If it bounces here, it's bullish. NQ 15-minute bottom orb will have held. If it falls below it, it's likely going to tank down that trend line. It does have bearish wicks on the NQ 30-minute. NQ 5-minute 20 May trying to be reclaimed. ES fell below the VWAP again. Nvidia coming down a little bit. Microsoft is ready to flip green. Kind of leaning towards up, even though that is a lower high. What's up, Muhammad? Thanks, bro. I'm gonna hop off the charts, but good luck, Chris. Good luck, everyone. Appreciate your time. Good training today. Good stuff. Time for a run / walk with my dog. Yeah, I need to get back running. I really need to get back running. Has a lot of potential to the upside. Appreciate it, Tom. Appreciate it. The support the past couple streams have been just immense. Just insane. The growth rate is exponential once again. And it is it's pretty crazy. We're not even posting videos yet, like I repeat it constantly, but it's very valid. I'm gonna try and wait for another candle. Kind of faking like it's gonna fall, but I don't believe it. Trying to fall though. Falling. We'll see. Kind of liquidity sweep down, but the NQ 30-minute wicks are bearish. Could be a higher low. Needs to reclaim that bottom more above the 15-minute. Kind of what I'm staring at right now. Also that 20 May. I'm in with one long. Might be manipulation, but I'm gonna send it. It's only one, so I have a lot of adjustment room. Down 100, starting to get bearish wicks. I don't fully believe it. May just not be seeing it correct today, but the ES is kind of propping up. It is one big consolidation range, to be fair. Down 130, it needs to reclaim that 15-minute order pretty quick. Thank you, 5 minutes 20 May, trying to reclaim. Nvidia coming up. Size a chance. ES trying to get above the VWAP again. To be fair, if it flushed the pre-market low, I did expect it to go to this trend line, and it still could do that. Down 80, down 90, down 100, one contract long. ATR still at 17, plenty enough volatile. Good morning, Beast. Good morning. Appreciate you. Down 160, down 170. ES wicks are pretty bearish. Trying to go. ES getting above the VWAP. NQ tapping that 15-minute bottom orb. 5 minute 21 May trying to get reclaimed. Trying to go. Apple flipping green. Best, appreciate the subscription, my friend. Appreciate you. Glad you guys are getting value. Pretty slow day, but regardless, we are here grinding it out. There's a lot of news that is coming up as well. With Trump meeting Zelensky, European leaders, so no wonder why it's market's a little hesitant. You have just conflicting views and people unsure where the market's going to go. A lot of people stepping out before they stepping out of trading just to see where the Zelensky news just today, tomorrow. They'll probably be back for FOMC. Also, a lot of news on the docket this week as well. So there's a good portion of people who aren't even trading. Down 100, down 150. We're waterfalling for the 15-minute orb. ES got below the VWAP. Okay. We're about to be in it. Down 200, down 230. Bearish wicks on NQ 30-minute. This is a consolidation range. Elijah feels like it should at least go back to the pre-market high or the intraday high now. Ali, I've watched only a couple animes. Death Note was good, but I haven't really tuned into any other ones. Appreciate you. Appreciate the follow. This has a lot of potential, chat. No, I did not. I did not watch the cheese. No. Up 30, up 40, about to tap that trend line, resistance trend line, ES breaking above the VWAP, NQ 5 minute breaking out above the 20 minute. We need to wait and see what this NQ VWAP does. NQ 30 minute VWAP up 80, up 90, up 100. Okay. We have that pivot point to the upside as well at 23,812, up 150. Once it breaks out of this trend line, maybe we'll wait till the NQ 30 minute VWAP. We'll move this break even. Up 160. This also could be a rejection, lower high. But this is probably going to be the final, one of the final moves of volatility. If it can go. It also could just inverse. Gotta know the risk. But I like how this NQ 5 minute looks. So I'm going to give it some time. See if we can break through that resistance trend line. See if we can get above the VWAP and give it some room, trail it up.
Order submitted.
We're break even now. It's either going to go or it's not. If it falls back in that trend line, I do not want it. Because it's likely going to waterfall to this trend line. And I do not want that. Up 140, up 125. It's trying to stop. ES is above the 200 SMA, 100 MA VWAP. We are in a consolidation range, so it may wick down and then send it. Up 200, up 220. Looks like it's about to hit the NQ 30 minute VWAP. It did. It's hitting it right now. It moved down to 23,785. It's either gonna go or it's not. Risk free. All reward, no risk. One con up 180. It's getting rejected from the NQ 30 minute VWAP. A video trying to come up. Trying to go, chat. Trying to go. May get a very violent wake up. If you guys are enjoying the stream, smash that like button. Today's been pretty slow. People really don't know how to trade this. It's probably one big consolidation range. We're about to be stopped out. Tapping that trend line. Didn't reject it yet. We'll see. So far, rejection NQ 30 minute VWAP, not good. Volatility is subsiding a little bit and stopped out for break even. Actually up 5. We made like 1 point. I am pretty zoomed out. It still could go. It's in this consolidation range, has a lot of coil. I'll probably wait until it gets above the NQ 30 minute VWAP. But this has a lot of potential. It is just one big consolidation range. People don't know how to trade this. It's been consolidating since 5 a.m. pretty much. One big 40 point consolidation. It is what it is. Did you ever invest in cheese stock? No, I did not. There's a cheese stock. Yes, reclaiming the VWAP. Very interesting. No happy meal for that one. Lloyd, these are prop firm accounts connected to Ninja Trader. It should be standard fee. It should be a $6 round trip for one mini contract, or one trade execution, and then $2.5 for the micro. We're breaking above the NQ 30-minute VWAP. Problem is, I don't know if the volatility has it. About to tap the gap again. Gaps are already filled. Todd said, not my taste of volatility. I'll be back tomorrow. Good booming luck to y'all. Yeah, pretty much, Todd. Pretty much. Volatility is pretty loud market. Loud bulls, bears are waiting for these meetings at 12, 1, 2, 3 p.m. with Trump, Zelensky, European leaders. Crypto and Fear Green Index came out 60 out of 100 greed. Fear and Greed Index for the stock market came out 65 out of 100 greed. The UK weighs replacing stamp duty with a new property tax. The US makes China-related changes to a sanction list. Okay. Trench Gaming, new here. What kind of trading is this? This is the Nasdaq future indices. Lloyd said, cool, I'm about the same, a little less, but also on prop firm here. Are you on TBT, Lloyd? What prop firm are you using? I've been looking to add more accounts. So far, I only have TBT. So far. Appreciate it, Todd. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Markets do what they want to do. ES is climbing. NQ waking up. Tap that pivot point. Getting volatile. Nvidia is now up 1.25%. Tesla's up 1%. Google's up 0.3%. I have the chart a bit. Asia high is at 23,882. 60 points away. That also coincides with the NQ 30-minute 200 SMA and the resistance trend line up top. We'll see. Trade day? I've never heard of that prop firm. Trade day, huh? I'll check it out. Actually, I have been here before. Do not remember it though. I'll check it out again off stream. So let's recap on some news from Donald Trump. This was August 16th. It is August 18th, 2 days ago, when he met with Putin. A great and very successful day in Alaska. The meeting with President Vladimir Putin of Russia went very well, as did a late night phone call with President Zelensky of Ukraine and various European leaders, including a highly respected Secretary General of NATO. It was determined by all that the best way to end the horrific war between Russia and Ukraine is to go directly into peace agreement, which would end the war. not a mere ceasefire agreement, which oftentimes do not hold up. President Zelensky will be coming to DC, the Oval Office, on Monday afternoon. If it all works out, that is today. He is scheduled for today. We will then schedule a meeting with President Putin. Potentially millions of lives will be saved. Also, he is going to move to get rid of mail-in ballots, which everyone knew, highly inaccurate, and very expensive and serious controversial voting machines, blah, blah, blah. So that is another thing he is doing. Blah, blah, blah. So far, waking up, created a new high for the Nasdaq today. Got above the pivot point. It's still above the pivot point, 23,812. Let's see. To see, chat. I want one more leg up. This has a potential to swipe the Asia highs, but I'm gonna go in a little before that. What do you think about XRP? Well, a lot of I haven't really kept up with the news, but I know a lot of institutions are now using it. I know something about the Congress that got passed. I know the SEC is no longer filing the lawsuit, which is why it spiked up, and now it's down below $3 again. I mean, crypto is always gonna just keep falling, keep rising and falling. So it goes up to 64,000, comes down to 28, goes up to 109, then comes back down to 68, and before that it came up to 24, went back down to 6. So I'm expecting a similar thing to happen. That could be some news, guys. That was a pretty violent wick down in the VWAP. Okay. Pretty violent wick. I do not want to catch this falling knife. Falling below that 30-minute VWAP. Okay. Yes, falling below the VWAP 100 MA, 200 SMA, we're wicking down pretty hard. Thank you. 5 minutes, 20 MA got rejected. Elijah's up $67. Good job, Elijah. Good stuff. Appreciate the file, Rich, DRG Gaming. Appreciate it, guys. What website is this? This is NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader platform accounts connected to NinjaTrader, and we're trading the Nasdaq future indices. ES getting above the 200 SMA again. Almost 100-point wick down, 70-80 point wick down, all for no news. Take the earlier New York high, it seems. Strong move down. Very strong move down. NQ 5-minute reclaim 20 May. ES is above the 200 SMA. NQ 30-minute VWAP being tapped. Could have been just one massive liquidity sweep, waking out everyone in consolidation, everyone trailing their stops up, and then make a move. But I'm kind of leaning more towards bearish now. That 80-point wick was serious. Now the NQ 5-minute 20 May is still above, but this again, it's this one big 40-point, now 60, 80-point consolidation. So I don't know. 60, 80-point consolidation, I don't know. Who knows? I think it may fall down to this trend line. That's kind of what I'm gearing towards. I'm just waiting to execute. What's up, Gapper? Morning, good morning. Thanks, my man. Look like the ES violently rejected a resistance zone. Could be wrong. So the NQ created a higher high, now a higher low, a lower low, higher high into a lower low. ES getting above the VWAP again. Problem is there's a lot of consolidation, a lot of coil. Let me check news. Sketchy PA, what do you mean, Lloyd? Sketchy price action. Yeah. Good job, Gap. Man, this is hard to trade right here. I am just in the middle of two conflicting convictions. I think this wants to flush the Asia high, but I also think this wants to come down in this trend line. And the price action volatility is not helping. ES is not helping as well. Very interesting. John, biggest green day of my career today. Best of luck to you, brother. Man, you are a consolidation trader at heart, John. Or you just called all the volatility. When it wicked down, you called the longs. When it wicked up, good trade around the pivot points as well. Consolidation. Good stuff, John. Good trading. I'm in with one short. We'll see. This thing could prop pretty hard. So we'll see. It's falling below the NQ 30-minute VWAP for now. ES is above the VWAP. NQ 5-minute 20 May is still claimed. It needs to fall below that 20,770 level. Really needs to do it. If it doesn't do it, it's likely going to prop up. That's the 15-minute low orb. I just seen a video propping down. So I think they may just drop those. Up 70, up 50. All right, it needs to reject here. ES trying to come up.
Order submitted.
That is the profit target. 23,723. Up 60, up 80, up 100, up 130, up 140. One contract short. It's still above that 15-minute opening orb. ES climbing. ES is climbing up. It's not good. Dip trading, momentum trading. It needs to come down here. Fall, fall, fall. Waterfall, waterfall, waterfall. Nvidia is starting to come up. Now coming back down. Volatility is stepped up. Up 100. Needs to fall below that 23,770 level. Really needs to do it. It did reject NQ 30-minute VWAP. Lloyd said, always stick to mini, or do you ever go to micro and NQ? I used to do micro, just not enough profit, not enough reward for me. Up 170. Up 180. This is gonna be a hard trade. I can just feel it in there. Hopefully it does the opposite of what I just said and it wicks down straight to that TP. That'd be beautiful. Nvidia is propping down pretty hard. Up 200, up 220. Up 10 points. Up 300. Up 300, one contract short. ES falling below the VWAP. Up 320. You guys are enjoying the stream, gaining value, learning what to do, what not to do. Please smash that like button, follow the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell as well if you want to be notified when I'm live. We are looking for this full winner. It needs to break through that trend line, now a support trend line, also that pivot point at 23,746, low of day at 20,735. ES is still trying to reclaim the VWAP, and we have the take profit at 20,723. We may take it before, and to be fair, could prop up above the VWAP and get 30-minute. ES is looking like it wants to prop up. But this could be a longer trade. We'll see. NQ 5 minutes, 20 meg got rejected. It is one big consolidation range, so it has to wick down pretty hard. Nvidia is coming down, so this has a chance. We'll see. So far, the NQ 15-minute bottom orb got rejected, but they may prop it up. Tapping the 15 bottom orb. Vote in the poll, vote in the poll, vote in the poll, vote in the YouTube poll. So you're profitable, negative, or learning. Profitable, negative, or learning. You guys see where I'm at. So far, 100% win rate, but very low volatility trading. Kind of day so far. I kind of knew it would be, especially with the Zelensky meeting, the European leaders. If they were not on the docket today, it'd be a little more volatile and in one direction, but so far we're just consolidating around. I'm also in the middle of two convictions, so now I've chosen a side. Up 270, up 300, needs to break through that resistance, now support trend line. Also the pivot point below, the low market at 20,735 needs to go. ES breaking below the VWAP. We'll see you, chat. We'll see. We will see, chat. ES is trying to bounce. Google flipping red. Up 330. Up 350. Waterfall, waterfall. Where art thou, waterfall? Come on. Come on, come on, come on. It could prop here. This could be a higher low, but we want this to flush down. We've been in the trade so far for 6 minutes. ES is just consolidating around the VWAP 100, man. Not good. Not good, not good. Up 13 points. Elijah said might go down till news comes out and finish today somewhere in the green. Yeah, I'm kind of so far we've gotten what, one V-shaped recovery. Up 400, one contract short. Up 450, up 500. About to tap that pivot point. I'm gonna take it there. Take it at the trend line. I do not like how the price action is moving. Do not like it. Probably would have went full move. I don't like it. What was it? 20 points, 30 points. That's good enough for me. Maybe 440. How many points is this? What is that? 10, 20, 25 points? Not bad. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna have to get into more scalping or swing trading here. Holding the trade for 30 plus minutes. It's kind of the way the volatility is going. Tapping that pivot point. What are we feeling, chat? Gapper has rubbed his crystal ball and said might within 1 hour and 15 minutes the consolidation will resolve. Big words, Gap. Big words. Giannis, I squeezed 22 points. Good job, Jan. Guys, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I do or say is financial advice. Hold your own trade conviction. Do your own trading. Do not follow me. Don't FOMO. Don't overtrade. Most importantly, there are no missed opportunities. Only the next one. Only the next one, chat. It's about to hit a zone where it could pop. Problem is, I really don't want to catch this falling knife. Let's see if this goes right where I want it to go, right to that trend line, then bounces. Anything more than 25 points, 30 points is just greed. If you aren't satisfied with that, I don't know. All right, 3 points away, and TP 1 point away, and TP would be hit. I met with one long. Hit that trend line. I'm probably only looking for a little bounce here. Probably 10, 15 points, up 100. It could continue to tank. That's why I'm only starting with one. Up 100, up 120, up 150. Look for a little more pop, a little more pop. A little more pop. This is against everything right now. Nvidia's coming down, etc., etc. Looking for a pop. 120, up 130, up 160, a little more, a little more, a little more. A little more pop. Pop up, let's go. And up to 20. Taking it as a little more and taking it. Beautiful. Exactly what I wanted. Profited 254, I believe. Yep. Nice. Okay, let's rotate here. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now it may take down all the way to 23,654. I doubt it will. It's more of a consolidation day. And so far it's V-shape recovered once and may do it again. That could be the low. That is a pretty vital trend line. So if you see here, I was starting this trend line. It's a little hard to see. Let me do this. This trend line has a lot of touch points on it. Just went straight to it, bounced off. That's exactly what we were looking for. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I couldn't have scripted it well myself. Okay. We have news in 40 minutes. US 6-month and 3-month bill. They're not really volatile movers usually. This may V-shape recover. I'll be on the lookout. Ballsy trade. Good job. Appreciate it, Henry. Obscure plus 200. Done for the day. Way too much consolidation. Hey. Good job, Obscure, though. Hey, any profitable is always a good day. And any negative is always a learning day. Always. I don't like this price action either. I'm just making moves around it. Have to stay more patient. Only 4 trades so far in the matter of an hour and a half. Not really where I want to be, but hey, you can only trade the opportunities that you see, that you have conviction on, and that the news demands. So far, we're above that pivot point. This may V-shape recover. It's done it once again today. I think most people are betting on the downside too. Most people to start the day were betting towards that Asia high, so they wicked it down. And now I think most people are, since NQ is below the VWAP, ES is below the VWAP, 21 EMA as well. Nvidia is propping down. A lot of stocks are red right now. People are really betting on this to come down to like at 23,654 level. So they may actually prop this up and do the opposite. They love doing the opposite of news. Appreciate the follow, Chris Derp. I like that name. Go. Okay. $11 subscribers away from 6,900. I streamed the full day, we may hit 7K. I don't know. I don't know. Obscure, yeah, I called it short. Good job, Obscure. I'm feeling a V-shaped recovery, even though it's hard to see right now. Kind of what I'm feeling. See chat. Waking up, waking up, waking up. Tapping the bottom more above the 15-minute range. ES getting above the VWAP, 100 MA, 200 SMA. NQ 5 minute 20 MA being tapped. 30-minute VWAP about to be tapped. Elijah said, I've been leaving a lot of profit on some trades. It happens. It happens. I mean, you could say the same here. I took what, 15 points, 10 points, and now it's ran up. What is that? 50 points. It's all hindsight. You could say consolidation, but that could have very well easily just waterfall down. Very easily. Well, we profited 254 with 15 points, so 750, like 900, something like that. We'd be setting up like 1,000 right now with that one con. NQ 30-minute VWAP being tapped. Better to lock it in, right, than holding winner into lower. I personally don't like this price action. That was a key point for me, but even then I only scalped it. I'm trying to hold trades and they're just not coming to fruition. To be fair, I don't like trading consolidation regardless, so. But we're making do. Wow, that bounces something. Yeah, it's on. I know. I know. Think I may go for this V-shaped recovery. I really don't want to, but I may. I doubt they do it 2 times. Today is that weird of a day, though. We'll see what this does in the next couple candles. I like how the ES is looking. I like the NQ 5 minute. Video is holding. This could really waterfall though. This could really waterfall. Okay, so you have a lot of people shorting off this NQ 30-minute VWAP right now. I like where the RSIs are. We'll give this a couple candles, but so far the NQ 30-minute, NQ 15-minute bottom orb is holding. So far. Okay, let's try and break to the downside. What chart are you looking at? Anthony, I have the NQ 2-minute chart, NQ 5-minute chart, NQ 30-minute chart, and then ES 1-minute. Then I have just this. Right to the right of the charts is all these stock tickers. I stare at these percentages a lot. Just Nvidia, Tesla, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, Netflix, MicroStrategy, etc., etc. Just to get a gauge of how the market's trending. Volatility is stepping up. Volatility is something. What's up, Martins? You're rocking how many screens? 3. I have 3 monitors. ES falling below 200 SMA, 100 MA VWAP again. Consolidation type of day. Not a day I like, but a day we will trade around. What's up, Slam? I'm well. I have earned from all your videos. I'm grateful. I am not the one clicking the buttons for you, Martins. I'm not the person doing it. And this is for entertainment, educational purposes only. So it's all you, my friend. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I do or say is financial advice. You held your own conviction. You pressed the buttons. I did not press them for you. All you. Every decision you guys make, you are accountable for. Whether it's good or bad. Appreciate you guys. Need to level up. Got 2. I'm in with 1 contract long. It's probably a fake out, but I'm going to still take it. Probably going to run this up 20 points. I'll probably take it at 2025 again. I'm not going to take it for the full V-shaped recovery, even though it could go up to the Asia highs. I'm just not going to take it. Not today. Not going to ride it. If I was in with 2, I would. Trail 1 probably. Up 50, up 60. About to get over the NQ, 30-minute VWAP. Nvidia's coming up. Up 80. Just looking for the volatility to wake up. It did reclaim the 15-minute bottom orb. This has a shot. ES got above the VWAP again. Up 100, up 110. 1 contract long. Looking for a couple points. If you guys are enjoying the raw, transparent trading, smash the like button. Most people only post videos and shorts for a reason. They do not do actual live trading because they don't know how to trade. If you're enjoying the raw, transparent trading, smash the like button. We're almost at 6,900. If not, we may have hit it already. I haven't looked, but I appreciate all you. The support has been insane over the past couple of days. Also, follow, subscribe, and check out the merch. I think we're going to do a 10% sale on Wednesday for the Jerome Powell only, since he will be speaking, or whatever day he speaks. I'm thinking of doing a 10% sale. So if you're thinking about buying the merch, maybe that is the time. But the regular no miss opportunities will not be on sale. Only the Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell. I really enjoy your content. You're awesome watch. It's cool. Slam, I am in the middle of making a Discord. I haven't really focused on it too much. I've been making a lot of videos for the Premium Plus members on YouTube. If you guys want to join, become an insider, link is below. The memberships on YouTube. For the Premium Plus tier, I've been making a lot of videos. So far, we've fallen below the NQ 30-minute VWAP. The video is still trying to prop up. I don't mind it. It could waterfall here, though. I do not like how she's sitting. Consolidation is kind of a coil. I probably will be up on the volatility wake up. Out on the volatility wake up. Just waiting. Appreciate the file, Slam. Appreciate you. Solomon, you should not be following me. Do not follow me. Do not follow me. Hold your own conviction and be accountable for every decision you guys make. It's trying to waterfall. Struggling. ES is coming down. How long have you been trading? Half a decade. Half a decade, Solomon. Since 2020, 2021, during the AMC GME days. That conversion event. Long time. Battled, true, and tested for sure. You had that crazy times during the jab days, during the GME days, the tariff days, and now all this. Definitely battled hard and for sure. 720 May, down 100, down 80. Working. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate you guys. NQ 30-minute looking bearish. 3 subscribers away. Insane. Thank you guys. I have a feeling we're going to get an insane wake up. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Anthony, I'm still learning, so I follow your trades with Sim to learn more. Yeah, just make sure you guys know I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I do or say is financial advice. Take everything I say with a grain of salt and do your own research. And it's for entertainment, educational purpose only. Just hold your own conviction, guys. Be accountable for every decision you make. Do not be following others, especially in this realm. Down 100, down 150, down 200. Okay, that is a rejection. Thank you. 30-minute VWAP for now. Lloyd, what do you all get up to in the membership Discord? Not Discord so far. It's just the YouTube membership. The basic tier allows you access to behind the scenes analysis in the YouTube post, and then also emojis, Jerome Powell emoji, Trump, Elon, Caroline Levitt, Bitcoin, Rocket, Takeoff, etc., etc. Then the premium tier allows you access to videos and shorts. Then the expert tier allows you to connect with me on social media via Instagram or X. And also every now and then, potentially in the future, or if I private live streams ever, you guys will have that in the expert tier. It's basically just a community. Building a community out of the insiders. That is what you guys are called if you join the membership. Also, just generically as well. That is the community for now. The inside us. Okay. Trying to climb. Appreciate it, Lloyd. German, chill out, man. Sus. You acting sus, boy. Up 100, down 140, down 150, one contract long. Trying to break below the 20 May. Although if he was, I'd hire him, lol. Appreciate it, Elijah. Dow 230, down 260. ES falling below the VWAP, 100 MA, tap the 200 SMA now. Let me make sure I'm not against any news. No Trump tweets. We have news in 23 minutes, US 6-month and 3-month bill. Big said I asked you for your training class or live Telegram stream so we can trade with you. I can't do that. You guys will never be able, will never say never, but trading live with me is a no-no. I cannot tell you guys what to do with your personal funds. That is a big no-no. The only thing the mentorship will add is just expedited learning and overviewing. I'm really good at like observing other people and telling them how to implement stuff and really like dialing in them. Not so like it's harder for me. I have to really flush stuff out for myself. But if I'm looking like third eye view, third person with someone else, what they're doing, I can really like tell them what points they need to hit pretty well. That is that's in a lot of aspects, not just trading, but the mentorship will just be you guys uploading a video, us going through it, etc., live on stream, me telling you what I would personally do, and then also access to other things. I'm still flushing it out. That's 5 months away at least, so no time soon. The simulator will be coming before that, which is still a couple months away. How then can I learn? I don't mind trading. It's 5 months away at least, big. At least. But that's only for people who want to expedite learning. Everything's free. You can learn everything for free out there on YouTube videos. That's for people who want to condense their learning time. Okay, up 30, up 40. I'm in with too long. Up 100. Learn for this volatility to wake up. It could fail here as well. Learn for the liquidity sweep up. I like how it's positioned. I like the wicks. Does not mean it has to go. Down 100, down 160. Nvidia is propping up, at least for now. Trying to waterfall. They are really battling it out. ES looks like it's going to waterfall down. Not that great. Was looking good for a minute there. Down 300, down 320, down 200, 2 contracts long. Long. Okay. 720 May. We're still above the 15-minute orb, the low orb. Nvidia's starting to prop. I'm looking for a liquidity sweep up. I think that's all it has to offer. So far, we've been in the trade for 4, 8, 12 minutes. Down 100. Needs to get above that NQ 30-minute VWAP. Yeah, they are really, the bulls and bears are battling it out. Looking for the wake up. So far, it's waterfalling down 400. Let's see. NQ 5 minutes starting to get bearish. ATR is coming down. Volatility is coming down. Down 500, down 520. We have that pivot point to the downside, 20,745. Could prop up here, but there are no guarantees. Down 600, 2 contracts long. ES is now below the VWAP 100 MA, 200 SMA. RSI is below the MA. Williams R 120 day coming down. So is the NQ 30 minute. I'm gonna wait out of this. I'm gonna look very red for a while. Less I can go. Down 20 points. Waiting. Down 700, down 800, 2 contracts long. This may want a waterfall down to that 23,670 level. Will be against it. Low of days at 20,720. I'm looking for a higher low here. I'm not going to add to it just yet. Lloyd, 4,500. Bro, just saying buzzwords. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Buzzwords. I mean, I could just sit here silent, but I am live streaming. You guys have the privilege of just zoning in. I actually have to speak. For streaming, I would stay here silent. Appreciate it, Poland's. You have nothing better to do than troll. You have a lot going on, my friend. You need to start getting busy. So many opportunities out there, and you are missing all of them. Down 800. Want to come a little lower. What EMA is that? 21, Ellie. 21. Prez, appreciate the follow. Slam, appreciate the follow. Down 1,200, about to add. This could keep waterfalling. So far, we're down 30 points. We do have news in 14 minutes. ES is trying to bounce. I think it has one more leg down though. I'm eyeing a level. Little lower, little lower.
Order.
In with 6 contracts long, in with 8 total. Looking for a bounce. We're not maxed out yet. Down 1,000, down 900, down 600, getting a little bounce. ES created double bottom. So this has a lot of potential. Also, the RSI for the NQ 30 minutes tapped that may want to go down to that pivot point, but should get a bounce here soon, unless some crazy news comes out. But besides that, we are risking this account, by the way. Down 1,100, down 12, 8 contracts long. Yes, struggling. Looking down that pivot point, down 10 points. And with 4 more, and with 12 contracts long, either bounce out of this pivot point or the count blows, basically. Video trying to come up. This would be a higher low. Video trying to wick down. Trying to bounce down 500, down 400. ES trying to go. Down 200, up 80, up 200. Up 300, up 400. A little more. Little more, little more, little more. Look for a little more pop. That could be all it has. Down 500, down 700. ES trying to pull back. Stay patient. Come on, wake up. Taking 4 out, taking 6 out. A little more, a little more. I'll take 4 more if we can wake up a little more. Taking 2 there. Taking 2 more. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We're gonna try and let these 2 run a little bit. A 400. Has some volatility. I don't want to go break even just yet. A 450. A lot of risk for only 400 so far. Why I hate trading low volatility. A 500. I'm scalping that. Lot of risk for only 500. Lot of risk. I do not like the execution of that one. The problem was I went 2 here, and once you go 2, you gotta average in pretty heavy, and I should not have done that. I really thought I was gonna pop though. I had really high conviction. I should have known better and just start with 1. That is the problem though. Low volatility, you can only scalp like 10, and by the time you're averaged in, it's really not worth it. That is the problem with low volatility and why I hate trading it. In a high volatility environment, we would have just secured around 20, 25 points, and it would have been worth it. Execution was bad on that trade. We just got, I mean, it was going to create a higher low. The likelihood of that was plausible, but that really could have weighed down that trend line very easily. And there was no reason to risk all that. The real move would be to wait back here until the NQ got above the VWAP with conviction with a full candle. then went in long and put a stop below the VWAP, but I don't trade with stops. But the real conviction would be to wait for that. I added when it wicked up. It was a volatility sweep. It just is what it is. Got out with 500 this time, but next time we may blow an account. So definitely gonna have to introspect on that one a little more. Don't like the execution. The solution would be just not trading low volatility, but we're on stream and I did like the setup and it had a lot of potential. That is a higher low, so this may be going. We have news in 7 minutes. Ellie, I do always execute on the 2-minute time frame. You're killing it, bro. Legend, that one was To be fair, if I held more cons into that bounce, but I honestly I wasn't convinced that I was gonna bounce right there. I do not. Consolidation is my kryptonite, man. Even though we are 100% win rate, 100% win rate, but bad execution. That last trade. I don't mind the other ones because we stuck with one and then averaged in, and that the probabilities go up a lot with that. I should not be in with 2 there. That was a mistake. If I was gonna join 2 there, I should have waited for the actual overtaking with 1 candle and waited for the next one to get in and add 1. But by that point, you could have missed the volatility wick. I'm gonna have to introspect on that one and review. Risky, but you did well in the end. Could have been bad. Great comments after. Appreciate it, Lord. What ticker are you trading? Ricky Bobby. This is the Nasdaq future indices. NQ1 exclamation point. Also, make sure you're on the right time frame. 09-25. That will be changing soon. Soon, TM. 6 minutes until news. Chat. It is a Monday. Make sure you guys finalize your votes in the poll. Finalize your votes. We have hit 6,900 subscribers. 95 subscribers away from 7K. 7,000. And the growth is exponential. This is also a Monday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are our highest view days. So we are still exponential. And it is insane. We're not even maximizing the opportunity just yet. Just wait. Appreciate the support, guys. Appreciate it. A lot of value to come. Lots and lots of it. I know a lot of people have been wondering how do I get started trading that. I'm kind of trying to wait for the simulator to come out, because that'll honestly be by far the best way. By far the best way to learn, especially for beginners. Now, obviously, it'll need flushed out a little bit and revisions here and there, and constant introspection and adjusting, constant bugs needing fixed. That's just what happens with all software, just constant iterations, constant. But once it gets flushed out, it's going to offer immense value, especially people who want to decide if trading is right for them. This will be a low, inexpensive way. instead of spending $300 a year on TradingView before you even know if you want to trade, before putting money in a Webull, Robinhood, and blindly trading in that. The simulator, I'm thinking like $20 a month, but the beginner tier probably going to be free to see if it's something you want. But then the advanced levels, you know, I'm not trying to say much. I've shown the simulator in the early stages on stream a while ago. Really trying to keep it a mystery. And once it releases in a month and a half to 3 months, tentative, it can move up and down the schedule as needed. But when it does, I believe we're going to offer a lot of value into the marketplace and just really get the beginners an idea of trading is right for them just pretty quickly. It's coded by me, made by me. I think it's going to offer a lot of value and be very helpful. But we'll see. Could be wrong. Could be wrong, but I am bullish on the simulator, because a lot of people constantly ask, where do I start? How do I begin? How do I begin? Where do I go? What is this? What is this? And that'll be a nice way to just get them action live right immediately and see if trading is something, because most people don't know what trading is. They don't know this chart. Like, what is this? What is this? This is alien. This is foreign. So a lot of people just need to get their feet wet and see if they love trading or not. If you don't love trading, it's probably not a good idea to start trading, because the downturns are serious. The downturns are serious, but the upturns are just as serious, if not better. So, and the first couple years, you're usually a little negative. Then you start getting a rhythm. Depends how consistent you are. So it really just depends. You really need to love it. Really need to love it. We are flushing through that pivot point for now. Good stuff, brother. Appreciate it, Elijah. Appreciate it. I'm running on pretty much all adrenaline, boys. So if I got that crazy look in my eye, it's because I've only gotten 4 hours of sleep and I ate like absolute trash over the weekend. But the brain is still here. The IQ is still pumping. Still trading all right. I don't like that last trade at all. I really don't. There was no reason for me to full port an account in a 30-point period. Absolutely none. But besides that, it's been all right. Low volatility, but all right. ES is below the VWAP 100 MA, 200 SMA, NQ 30 minute below the VWAP 200 SMA, 100 MA as well. Just rejected the NQ 30 minute VWAP. Nvidia is now only up 0.4%. Tesla is up 0.7%. Google is down 0.4%. Amazon is down 0.4% as well. Microsoft is down 0.6%. Meta is down 2.5%. Apple is down 0.3%. Netflix is up 0.4%. MicroStrategy down 1.2%. Palantir down 2.3%. GameStop is up 0.3%. Costco is up 0.3%. Alibaba up 0.4%. AveGo is down 1.8%. AMD is down 1.5%. QCOM is up 0.75%. Adobe is up 0.25%. Voyager Technologies, newer IPO on the Nasdaq, is up 12.3% so far on the day. Robinhood is down 1%. The Dow is sitting a low negative 0.03%. The Russell 2000 is up 0.3%. The regular S&P 500 is down 0.1%. Regular Nasdaq is down 0.2%. Nasdaq futures are down 0.3%. ES futures are down 0.15%. Bitcoin is down 1.6% so far on the day. Ethereum is down 3.8%. Solana is down 5%. XRP is down 3.2%. Doge is down 5.5%. And metals are still green on the day. Silver at $38.30 an ounce. Gold at $3,347.97 an ounce. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Appreciate the file, Pita Malok. Appreciate you. I'm kind of eyeing the around the 106,000, 108,000 for Bitcoin. Kind of what I'm eyeing. Don't know if we can get there. What indicator called this is making the wicks or pivot with boxes? I manually draw that. I manually draw the boxes, Lloyd. Always 2-minute time frame, yes. I keep that the same every time. Sometimes I change the NQ 5-minute, very rarely, highly rarely. And then most of the time I just change the NQ 30-minute. To zoom out, if I really don't know what's going on, I zoom out to 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, week, month, year. Just to see higher time frames, see the likelihoods. This volatility is garbage. Okay. I don't know if, I'm sure you guys have. It looks like the NQ wants to flush that pre-market low. The market low, excuse me, the market low at 22,719. But I'm sure you guys have watched this. But I think it's very valuable for you guys. Possibly listen to it again. And I also want to listen to it again. I've been saving it for stream. This is President Trump participating in a press conference with President of the Russian Federation in Alaska. This happened on Friday. Very, very pivotal. While we're waiting for a trade, if we do get in a trade, I will flip it back. But volatility is low and we'll just have to wait and see.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, our negotiations have been held in a constructive atmosphere of mutual respect. We have very thorough negotiations that were quite useful. I would like to thank once again my American counterpart for the proposal to travel out here to Alaska. It only makes sense that we've met here because our countries.
That's a hard mindset to take, Elijah. Hard mindset to take. Elijah says, my mentality was always, I'm either going to succeed at trading or spend my entire life failing. Pretty much dedicated everything to learning, cut off social media, and made my circle small. Just put everything into it pretty much. Sometimes that's what you need, though. Sometimes you need full hyper focus into what you want. And a lot of people talk about plan Bs, but a lot of people who made it don't have plan Bs. And I mean, you obviously need to be smart, introspect, review, see if it's something you can actually feasibly do. But you're slowly getting your way there, Elijah. I wish you all the best. Wish you immense success, and hopefully you get everything you want, my friend. Wish you all the best.
Though separated by the oceans, are close neighbors.
Appreciate them words.
So when we've met, when I came out of the plane and I've said, "Good afternoon, dear neighbor. Very good to see you. In good health and to see you alive." I think that is very neighborly. And I think that's some kind words that we can say to each other. We're separated by the Strait of Bering, though there are 2 islands only between the Russian island and the US island. They're only 4 kilometers apart. We're close neighbors, and it's a fact. It's also important that Alaska has to do with our common heritage, common history between Russia and the U.S., and many positive events have to do with that territory. Still, there is tremendous cultural heritage back from the Russian America. For example, Orthodox churches and a lot of more than 700 geographical names of Russian origin. During the Second World War, it was here in Alaska that was the origin of the legendary air bridge for the supply of military aircraft and other equipment under the Lend-Lease program. It was a dangerous and treacherous route over the vast emptiness of ice. However, the pilots of both countries did everything to bring closer the victory. They risked their lives and they gave it all for the common victory. I was just in the city of Magadan in Russia, and there is a memorial there dedicated to the Russian and the U.S. pilots. And there are two flags, the U.S. flag and the Russian flag. And I know that here as well there is such a memorial. There is a military burial place several kilometers away from here. The Soviet pilots are buried there who died during that dangerous mission. We're thankful to the citizens and the government of the U.S. for carefully taking care of their memory. I think that's very worthy and noble. We'll always remember other historical examples when our countries defeated common enemies together in the spirit of battle camaraderie and allyship that supported each other and facilitated each other. I'm sure that this heritage will help us rebuild and foster mutually beneficial and equal ties at this new stage, even during the hardest conditions. It is known that there have been no summits between Russia and the U.S. for 4 years, and that's a long time.
Everyone watching, do you think if Biden was still president, Kamala was still president, Putin would even be meeting with them in Alaska to just talk about the potential ceasefire, just end to the war? Do you think the meeting would even have came to fruition? Type of 1 if you think it would have happened. Type of 2 if you think it would not have happened. 1 if you think it would happen. 2 if it would not happen. I'm in the mindset it would not have happened. I mean, it started under them. And the fact that Trump, this is the first time Putin and Trump are meeting since Trump's second term. The fact that they're meeting, especially in Alaska, sends a very good message. Also, fast forward, spoiler alert, foreshadowing, Putin does say it's a great tragedy, this war, and that he does want it to end. Now, it all could be smoke and mirrors. It all could be smoke and mirrors, and he could just be saying this to get the offense weakened a little bit from Ukraine. He's telling soldiers to pull back, and he is building an offensive unit just above the battlefield. So he could be preempting the weakness a little bit, but
this time was very hard for bilateral relations.
No way. Two. No, there would be no chats, but giving away land is like horrible. Putin came out of the meeting as a clear winner. Miguel, it's not really giving away land. I mean, Russia's already taken the land though. He is still bombing daily. So is Ukraine though. Ukraine just launched a mission while Zelensky is in the White House. Or in Washington D.C., whatever. But obviously, Russia's not going to give back the Donbass region, that key submarine lake base. I forget the region. He also said if Trump was in office, the war wouldn't have happened. That is true, Amanda. Very well said. Very true. But I think there was like no chance if Kamala or Biden became president, these talks would even be coming to fruition. Putin would probably just have stormed or just kept on this never-ending war, and who knows what the European Union would have done.
And let's be frank, they've fallen to the lowest point since the Cold War. I think that's not benefiting our countries and the world as a whole. It is apparent that sooner or later we had to amend the situation to move on from the confrontation to dialogue. And in this case, a personal meeting between the heads of state has been long overdue. Naturally, under the condition of serious and painstaking work, and this work has been done in general. Me and President Trump have very good direct contact. We've spoken multiple times. We spoke frankly on the phone. And Special Envoy
God damn it. Okay, so I constantly hear Miguel said, so the aggressor is being rewarded with more land. Appreciate it, guys. Miguel says, so the aggressor is being rewarded with more land. I constantly am hearing this argument back and forth. So what's the solution in your guys' mind? What's the solution if we don't freeze lines, give the land that Russia has acquired over to Russia? They already have it as we speak, and they're definitely not giving it up without a fight. So it's just going to be more bloodshed, more millions of people dying if you do not freeze the lines and give it over. If you freeze the lines, give the land. Plus, most of the land that Russia has taken over, they were Russian majority and trying to break out of the Ukraine anyway. There was already a civil war going on in 2014, I believe, something like that. So I'm not fully flushed out on that, but I believe there was a civil war. A lot of Russian speaking places. So it's kind of like this gray area type thing, but it was Ukraine. It was Ukraine's. But Russia has taken the land. They own the land. They're not going to give up the land without a fight. So do you guys just want more people in the meat grinder, more millions of people dying? Or do we freeze the lines, give the land that Russia has taken and acquired over to Russia, and just call it a day? Stop the war, stop millions of people dying. I mean, that's really the only thing to do. You can't just like ask Russia. You can ask for some places in exchange for like heavy metals, rare earth minerals in exchange, possibly opening up the market to Russia, like trade, etc., maybe pipelines in exchange for land. I mean, there's so many things you could do. Possible alliance with the US for even more, but the majority of the world wouldn't like that, at least currently. Just hard. It's hard. And the only way to get a ceasefire, end to the war, is lightly freezing the land, giving the land that Russia acquired over to Russia, and calling it a day. I mean, Ukraine is literally drafting 60-year-olds, 67-year-olds. I mean, their manpower is definitely waning hard. They want more land, 30% of the region. Yeah, but is it Russian speaking majority? And where's the civil war? So civil war in Ukraine. Let's look at those. Now, I'm hesitant to click on Wikipedia. I don't want to click on that. Oh boy. I'm not going to show you guys how to get around that, but I do know how to get around that. Where can I go? The hill may even be... What the hell? The hill has this starting in 2022? These guys are smoking something. Let me look. Let me see if I can pull up a map. Donbass. Now, I heard the Donbass region, like Donetsk. I could be wrong. Could be wrong on all this. But I believe a lot of this was Russian speaking. How do we tell? Russian-backed, separatist controlled area. So I believe this was the portion that wanted to get, I don't know. Too unfamiliar. But I know there was civil war and a lot of Russian speakers from a certain area wanted to get just annexed from Ukraine regardless and back into Russia. That could be propaganda. I'm not 100% sure. Little Happy said the war with Russia has been going on for 400 years in various forms. So stopping now is not stopping. It is time and opportunity to prepare Russia for a new war. You guys want to go into World War III and have tens of millions of people die. Possibly nuclear war as well. Insane. I don't think Russia will head towards Europe. I could be wrong, but NATO, we're approaching the border of Russia. NATO has not sent troops, I don't believe yet. Hey man, how you doing? What's up too? Commenting in this way, you are a little wrong. Russia was expelled from the Crimea and Black Sea region, but Ukraine water drones, and it uses submarines from its territory in Novorossiysk in the Black Sea. Why wouldn't the US take over the United Kingdom? What? Why wouldn't they attack other countries if they're being rewarded with more land? Why wouldn't the US take over the United Kingdom? It's the same language. Or why shouldn't the Netherlands take over half of Belgium? Agree, but it's the same as large amount of people want war for some reason. Bro, how much is your crypto balance? None of your business too. None of your business. I see. Pocket watching too. Pocket watching too. So what's the solution? What's the solution? You guys obviously don't want an end to the war. You want it to continue joining on. So do you guys want US involvement, boots on the ground, the 92nd Airborne? Do you want the Navy SEALs in there? Do you want the higher level of the Navy SEAL? Keep Warfield, Special Forces, something like that, warfare. There's a league above Navy SEALs. Do you guys want that? You want World War III? You want nuclear war? I mean, I would welcome the US into the UK. Talk about World War III, you just spread Russian narratives. World Road Stars. I said I'm not well versed in it, but I know there was at least the propaganda we heard over here. Maybe I read it on Twitter. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's completely wrong. I heard there was a civil war between some Ukrainian civilians and others, and there was Russian speakers that wanted to be annexed from Ukraine and back into Russia. I've heard that a couple times. Bye to Christopher. Honest question: on a scale of 1 to 100, how likely are you to blow another account or incur a huge loss today? A 30? 25? What's poppin'? What's up, Braden? Read what I said above. Loads of people want war for some reason. I don't get it. I don't know what you said. Stalin. I already read what you said, Lloyd. I don't think Russia will head towards Europe. I could be wrong, but the NATO were approaching the border of Russia. Where are you reading those chats? Are you streaming somewhere other than YouTube? Justin, I'm streaming on YouTube, YouTube Shorts, Rumble, Kick, Twitch, X. Every single platform. Let's get back to those. Anyway, if you guys aren't for peace, that's on you. I'm for peace. I'm for ending the war. I'm for stopping millions of people dying. And the only way to do that is to freeze lines where they are. Russia's not going to give up the territory it's already taken. That's obvious. That's common sense. If you don't agree, then you really need to look at this again. Because Russia's not going to give that up. At least without not exchanging something. Rare earth minerals for something. And they're definitely not giving up certain key regions like a nuclear power plant they acquired during this, and the submarine on the Black Sea, etc., etc. I mean, that's just common sense.
Of the president, Mr. Witkoff traveled out to Russia several times. Our advisors and heads of foreign ministries kept in touch all the time. And you know fully well that one of the central issues was the situation around Ukraine. We see the strive of the administration and President Trump personally to help facilitate the resolution of the Ukrainian conflict, and his strive to get to the crux of the matter, to understand this history, is precious. As I've said, the situation in Ukraine has to do with fundamental threats to our security. Moreover, we've always considered the Ukrainian nation, and I've said it multiple times, a brotherly nation. However strange it may sound in these conditions, we have the same roots, and everything that's happening is a tragedy for us and terrible wound. Therefore, the country is sincerely, it may sound in these conditions, we have the same roots, and everything that's happening is a tragedy for us and terrible wound.
A tragedy for us, a terrible wound. Putin is saying that on the stand in front of the press. Now, it is he could just be propping it up, blowing smoke and mirrors. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he's still building offensive troops near the battle lines. So I don't know. We may need a show of force multiplier, but peace is definitely key. Now, will Zelensky agree? Who knows? Ukraine literally just bombed something this morning, so I don't know.
Therefore, the
I'm sure
country is
Russia did too,
sincerely
but I didn't see
interested
it.
in putting an end to it. At the same time, we're convinced that in order to make
Appreciate it,
the
Rodrigo.
settlement
Appreciate you.
lasting and long term, we need to eliminate all the primary roots, the primary causes of that conflict. And we've said it multiple times, to consider all legitimate concerns of Russia and to reinstate a just balance of security in Europe and in the world on the whole. And I agree with President Trump, as he has said today, that naturally the security of Ukraine should be ensured as well. Naturally, we're prepared to work on that.
See, like when Putin says stuff like that, that makes me think it's a little bit non-legit, because you know for sure he does not care about that. He stopped Ukraine from joining NATO and gaining security, and that's been his red line for forever, like Trump and everyone else has hinted.
Of security in Europe and in the world on the whole. And I agree with President Trump, as he has said today, that naturally the security of Ukraine should be ensured as well. Naturally, we're prepared to work on that.
Hopefully
I would
that's
like
true.
to hope that the agreement that we've reached together will help us bring closer that goal and will pave the path towards peace in Ukraine. We expect that Kiev and European capitals will perceive that constructively and that they won't throw a wrench in the works. They will not make any attempts to use some backroom dealings to conduct provocations to torpedo the nascent progress. Incidentally, when the new administration came to power, bilateral trade started to grow. It's still very symbolic. Still, we have a growth of 20%. As I've said, we have a lot of dimensions for joint work. It is clear that the U.S. and Russian...
See, like, now listening back to this, it sounds too good to be true. It sounds really too good to be true. Security for Ukraine, which was his red line for forever. It's a great tragedy. Then what else did you just say? Now trying to unite and join forces. Meanwhile, he's building offensive troops. This could all be smoke and mirrors. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully this is actually a resolution. It did look like they were having decent talks. They were smiling, etc., etc. But again, Putin is former KGB. He does have that over Trump. Trump was never a CIA asset or anything like that. He has been president before, dealt with world leaders, so he has that. He was a businessman, making deals all his life. He has that. But Putin definitely has that edge over him. Former KGB, can easily deceive.
Investment and business cooperation has tremendous potential. Russia and the U.S. can offer each other so much in trade, digital, high tech.
Stunner says he could be talking BS, but the economic benefits would be huge for Russia. Yeah, but this is kind of like too good to be true. You know, like it's a great tragedy, great stain. Meanwhile, he's building offensive troops. Does anyone know if he's still doing that? Last week, he was building up an offensive force nearing the battlefield line. Does anyone know if he's still doing that? I know Ukraine just launched some attack this morning. I believe Russia did as well. I could be wrong. Meanwhile, Zelensky's, Washington, D.C.
And in space exploration, we see that Arctic
we do, Elijah.
is
we
also
do have news at 12. European leaders arrive at White House. I will have this loaded up. We do.
Very possible. And our international context, for example, between the far east of Russia and the west coast of the U.S. Overall, it's very important for our countries to turn the page, to go back to cooperation. It is symbolic that not far away from here, at the border between Russia and the U.S., there was a so-called international date line. I think you can step over, literally, from yesterday into tomorrow. And I hope we'll succeed in that. In political sphere, I would like to thank President Trump for our joint work, for the well-wishing and trustworthy tone of our conversation. It's important that both sides are result-oriented, and we see that the President of the U.S. has a very clear idea of what he would like to achieve. He sincerely cares about prosperity of his nation. Still, he understands that Russia has its own national interests. I expect that today's agreements will be the starting point, not only for the solution of the Ukrainian issue, but also will help us bring back business-like and pragmatic relations between Russia and the U.S. And in the end, I would like to add one more thing. I'd like to remind you that in 2022, during the last contact with the previous administration, I tried to convince my previous American colleague that the situation should not be brought to the point of no return when it would come to hostilities. And I said it quite directly back then that it's a big mistake. Today, when President Trump saying that if he was the president back then, there will be no war. And I'm quite sure that it would indeed be so. I can confirm that. I think that overall, me and President Trump have built a very good, business-like and trustworthy contact.
He's saying everything Trump wants to hear right now. Now that I'm reviewing this back, I thought this was very good Friday. This is kind of too good to be true. He's literally mentioning business-minded. That's a key word for Trump. He's mentioning that what Trump constantly affirms to himself, if he was president, the war would never have stopped. Putin just confirmed that. So it's just like stacking one on top of the other. I'm starting to think he's blowing smoke and mirrors right now. It's just way too good to be true. I mean, if it's true, it's super good, super bullish, but it's kind of aiming, kind of hinting towards way too good to be true.
And I have every reason to believe that moving down this path,
we'll see.
We can come, and the sooner the better, to the end of the conflict in Ukraine. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. That was very profound. And I will say that I believe we had a very productive meeting. There were many, many points that we agreed on. Most of them, I would say, a couple of big ones that we haven't quite gotten there, but we've made some headway. So there's no deal until there's a deal. I will call up NATO in a little while. I will call up the various people that I think are appropriate, and I'll, of course, call up President Zelensky and tell him about today's meeting. It's ultimately up to them. They're going to have to agree with what Marco and Steve and some of the great people from the Trump administration who've come here, Scott and John Radcliffe. Thank you very much. But we have some of our really great leaders. They've been doing a phenomenal job. We also have some tremendous Russian business representatives here, and I think, you know, everybody wants to deal with us. We've become the hottest country anywhere in the world in a very short period of time, and we look forward to that. We look forward to dealing. We're going to try and get this over with. We really made some great progress today. I've always had a fantastic relationship with President Putin, with Vladimir. We had many tough meetings, good meetings. We were interfered with by the Russia hoax. That made it a little bit tougher to deal with, but he understood it. I think he's probably seen things like that during the course of his career. He's seen it all, but we had to put up with the Russia hoax. He knew it was a hoax, and I knew it was a hoax, but what was done was very criminal. But it made it harder for us to deal as a country in terms of the business and all of the things that we'd like to have dealt with. But we'll have a good chance when this is over. So just to put it very quickly, I'm going to start making a few phone calls and tell them what happened. But we had an extremely productive meeting, and many points were agreed to. There are just a very few that are left. Some are not that significant. One is probably the most significant, but we have a very good chance of getting there. We didn't get there, but we have a very good chance of getting there. I would like to thank President Putin and his entire team, whose faces, who I know in many cases, other than that, whose faces I get to see all the time in the newspapers. You're almost as famous as the boss, but especially this one right over here. But we had some good meetings over the years, right? Good productive meetings over the years, and we hope to have that in the future. But let's do the most productive one right now. We're going to stop really 5, 6, 7,000, thousands of people a week from being killed, and President Putin wants to see that as much as I do. So, again, Mr. President, I'd like to thank you very much, and we'll speak to you very soon and probably see you again very soon. Thank you very much, Vladimir.
Next time in Moscow.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I'll get a little heat on that one, but I could see it possibly happening. Thank you very much, Vladimir. And thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, if you guys are just tuning in, this is President Trump participating in a press conference with President of the Russian Federation. This happened on Friday. We're just recapping the news a little bit. Also on the docket today, we have 12 p.m. right now. European leaders arriving at the White House. 1 p.m. Trump greets Zelensky. 1:15 p.m. Trump and Zelensky meeting. Then 2:15 p.m. Trump greeting European leaders. 2:30 p.m. Trump and European leaders photo. Then 3 p.m. Trump meeting with European leaders. That one may get pushed off. I'm assuming this Zelensky meeting is going to go a little over schedule, but that is what the docket says for now. And whenever that pops on, we will be going to it. ATR is currently sitting at 11. ATR, the VIX volatility index is sitting at 15.22, up 1% for the day. NVIDIA is now up 0.63%. ES is below the VWAP 200 SMA, 100 MA. NQ30 MA kind of rounding up. Don't mind it. What's up, Connor? So my synopsis from that, my general view is Putin said a lot of buzzwords, a lot of keywords that'll get Trump happy. Happy with his voters, happy with his cabinet, et cetera, et cetera. You know, if he was never president, which is kind of true in a way. The Afghan pullout wouldn't have happened as severe as it did, leaving billions and billions of equipment and giving them just insane military capabilities. But that's besides the point. And I don't know if the war would have happened or not. I mean, Biden was just constantly trying to get Ukraine into NATO, or his advisors. I can't remember which one, but in the NATO summit, they were constantly talking about it, and it was constant pressure. So Putin has a great excuse, but that was a lot of flattery. I don't like how much flattery. I watched that on Friday, thought it was good. Watched that today, thought it was a lot of flattery. And if they're still building offensive units, I'm not liking that. Could be wrong. Could get a ceasefire today, could get a ceasefire tomorrow, next week, next month. Who knows? But I think it's going to be a lot harder than people are thinking. The general public, the media. Trump already knows it's very difficult, trust me. He's been trying for months and months. Constant phone calls. So we'll see when the next meeting is. That's pretty much it. It's just consolidating, boys. Consolidate. Market doesn't know how to respond to that. Has no idea. Boys and girls, ladies and gents. What's up, Alfred? World says they're about NATO's withdrawal to the 1990 borders and U.S. nuclear weapons from Europe. Rodrigo, thank you for your honesty. Keep up the good work and grind. Appreciate it, Rodrigo. Appreciate it. Let's see where you guys are at for today. This is the regular YouTube stream. 24 votes, 62% are profitable, 8% are negative, 29% are learning. YouTube short stream, 28% are profitable, 14% are negative, 57% are learning. Miguel says, I doubt there will be a ceasefire soon. Yeah, I'm kind of, that was a lot of smoke and mirrors. And I'm sure Trump already knows it. Elijah took 16 out of 17 trades so far. Legends up 23.4K today. Good job, Ledge. Legends trading a personal account. He does 10 cons each trade like a psychopath. He puts immense risk, but he also has a friend who does 100. Oh no. Appreciate it, Ledge. Stunner, don't think EU and Zelensky want to stop the war at all if it means giving up land. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah. I don't know. See, like, from my point of view, stopping millions of people from dying in the meat grinder is worth it. Is worth giving up the land, but also it's not my country. It's not really my decision, thankfully. I'm also not president. So it's definitely a lot of weight on Trump's shoulders, a lot of weight on Zelensky's shoulders, and Putin, who knows? Putin, who knows? I'm not satisfied with Zelensky either. I'm not satisfied with him at all. But yeah, they do, Rodrigo. Rogelio. Okay, US 6-month bill and 3-month bill came out. US 6-month bill high yield came out 3.945%. Previously, they were 3.97%. US 6-month bill beta cover 2.95. Previously, they were 3.21. US 3-month bill high yield is at 4.13. Previously, they were 4.15. US 3-month bill beta cover 2.7. Previously, they were 2.64. And a better haircut. Miguel says, with the US president, no missed opportunities and a better haircut, my friend. You'd have to get a haircut. I've been meaning to get one. I should get one today. I'm just so locked in. Not going out the house, man. Christopher, I would vote for US. Yo, Miguel. See, the problem is I would hyperanalyze everything. If I was president, I would literally watch back that footage on the plane trip home, just like probably 50 times in a row. It's only like 15 minutes long, but you can learn so much. Plus, you have access to behind the scenes meetings. I would have an advisor recording everything, and just I would watch back everything constantly, especially with that situation. His mannerisms, mainly not him. He's former KGB. He can, and the people around him probably are too. But also recording all of his advisors when certain keywords are said. I would purposely say them and just see how they would react, and just watch just on repeat, and just constantly try and gauge and It's all probabilistic, all chance. And I really don't like the flattery. I do not like the flattery he showed. But also, you can tell he at least somewhat respects him, Putin to Trump, and also somewhat finds him funny in a way. He did laugh, at least somewhat. It could have been fake, could have been not, but I believe he does have some type of respect for Trump, at least in some shape or form. Somewhat. I mean, why else would he have taken a meeting? Could have just been to get the people's guard down and put a really big offensive attack up. Let me see if Putin is still building offensive forces. Let's see. This came out today at 4:44 a.m. Russian redeploying troops to Zaporizhzhia front to launch offensive there. Ukraine's commander-in-chief. It's coming from a biased source though. Bias source. So this came from CNA. Russian attacks on Ukraine killed 10 ahead of Trump-Zelensky meeting. Russian attacks on major Ukrainian cities killed at least 10 people on Monday, hours before President Zelensky was expected to press his case in Washington against a quick deal to end the Moscow war. An entire family, including its yeah, we don't need to get into that. It was a drone strike. 23 people were wounded. Very interesting. Let's see what Ukraine did though in response. Ukraine did launch an attack. Let's get that. This chart, this volatility is trash. Everyone is just not, they don't know how to trade this. They don't know which way it's going to go. Wick up, wick down, ceasefire, not ceasefire, more war, more people dying, etc., etc.
You need me to move just safely.
Okay. We're waiting for the European leaders to arrive at the White House. Try and find the Zelensky. Redfin reports homes are selling at the slowest summer pace in a decade. It's not good. Where is... I'm not seeing it now. All I see is Zelensky doesn't know all Putin demands, essentially to have a ceasefire and work on the final deal. Genuine talks need to begin at frontier. Must continue to restrict Russians' potential. Require concrete security guarantees, including EU accession. Land can only be discussed at trilateral summit. Trump said Alaska meeting was great. Yeah, I don't see it, but supposedly Ukraine did do something today, launched it. Obviously, Russia just did something at 4:44, killed 7, I believe, wounded 23. The Ukraine way is replacing stamp duty with the new property tax. We've already read that. Really, no news on the docket besides 12 p.m. European leaders arriving at White House are a little late. 1 p.m. Trump greeting Zelensky. 1:15. Trump and Zelensky meeting, greeting European leaders, meeting with European leaders, etc., discussing the Ukraine war. Tomorrow's docket, Home Depot earnings at 6 a.m., 8:30 a.m. EST tomorrow. U.S. building permits, U.S. housing starts. Permits change, starts change, and then it's a pretty lackluster docket tomorrow. But Wednesday is pretty decent. Wednesday, we have NBA mortgage applications, 30-year mortgage rate, EIA crude oil inventories. 11 a.m. Fed Waller speaking. 1 p.m. U.S. 20-year bond. 2 p.m. FOMC meeting minutes. And then I believe Jerome Powell is speaking as well on Wednesday. But we'll have to see. We have European leaders arriving as we speak. As we speak, I believe this is Keir Starmer.
Ready, close. Ready, shut. Ready, two. Ready, face. We're gonna cover for the gem.
You already cleared out that quick? Not playing any games.
Italy's next.
Italy's next.
You hear that? Insider info.
I'm just telling you.
Luca, is Italy next?
Is this just all for show? Is that what this is? They're all just lined up here waiting.
Yeah.
No shot.
So we'll also have everything for you guys.
No, this one's parked backwards. Can't be real.
We good? We good? Okay? Are we okay right now? As long as you guys will know.
Justin says, what do you need to jump into another trade here? Volatility to not be garbage. You see how slow the market's moving? You see this consolidation from the ES? Boom, 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 boom. Now it's starting to round up. So there's a potential for a long here. It's just not that great. There definitely will be better opportunities, possibly in the latter half when the news is actually coming. Very interesting. NQ about to tap the VWAP. The NQ 30-minute. ES breaking above the VWAP, 200 SMA, 100 MA. Video coming up, now up 0.75%. Jerome Powell. In Trump we trust, yeah. Chris for Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not even at the age limit. Not even. You have to be 35. Not even close. Would buy an old school Suburban. Looks so cool. I think all significant news will be after meeting, probably after market hours. Yeah. I think people hope as leaders arrive and pumping cash into ES right now. Yeah, I think, I don't know. So far it's a consolidation day, but this could start trending. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. It's about to tap 12:30. Them three key things. It usually flips trend however it's doing. So it's consolidating right now. So it may start uptrending. There is this consolidation point. Asia highs are at 23,881. And we do have this trend line right here for the NQ up here. Also 200 SMA around 23,884. It's trying to break above the NQ 30-minute VWAP as we speak. RSI getting a bounce off the MA right here. Williams R 120-day oversold, bouncing. RSI for the ES 1 minute and ES getting above the VWAP 200 SMA. But it has so many times today. It's just so much coil, so much consolidation. So I would be betting towards long, but it's really not worth trading this until news comes. That's why most people are sitting out. That's why it's so low volatility, just consolidation, because no one really knows how this is going to react, which way the news is going to take this and trend this. So with that said, we are going to end today. 100% win rate somehow. The last trade was just bad execution. And honestly, I was expecting that account to be blown. Luckily, low volatility. Well, higher volatility, we would have been fine regardless, because that would have been a 20-point gain pretty quick. But very high risk trade for like no reason. Full port account and 30 points. Not that great execution. I will introspect, come back tomorrow, and maybe write a post about it. It's not really that significant. Just a little overexertion, a little greed. Just low volatility getting to me. Also lack of sleep as well. But enough with the excuses. You are 100% accountable for your decisions, regardless of the enormous amount of excuses you can make, as I just did there. Regardless, 100% win rate. We're up like 1,800, 17, 16, something like that. Green in 5 accounts. Appreciate legend. Is there an age limit? What the hell? So 10 years from now? Miguel, age limit for president is 35. You have to be at least 35. At least. So we will be back here at 9:30 a.m. EST trading the market. We will have a lot of news to go over. We will be watching all of this after market during these downtimes. Tomorrow, we will be watching all the news from the Zelensky meeting, going over all the tweets and everything. So make sure you guys tune in. Smash that like button, follow the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and persevere through resistance, chat. Persevere through resistance. Do not fear the unknown. Do not fear missing out. And there are no missed opportunities, only the next one. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.